So for those of you who have not seen parts 1 and 2 of my Get a Mac reaction series, basically I react to Apple's old Get a Mac ads, see how the ads have aged, and which points about Macs and PCs remain valid to this day. In this point I'll be looking at Apple's Get a Mac commercials from 2008, so let's get to it. So this is a bit of a different recording set because OBS is working only when I have it plugged into my TV, so as a result I have to film from a slightly different angle, but let's just go ahead and get onto this. So, nope. Not that. First of all, I have to transition the scene. And this is where the source of the video is. From this YouTuber by Anglos Low, with this video called Complete 66 Mac plus first PC ads plus Mac and PC WWC intro plus Siri intro, though we will only be looking at the commercial.
Hello, I'm a Mac. And I'm a PC.
You may begin.
PC, why is there a referee here?
To make sure you play fair, Mac, so you don't go boasting about how Leopard is better and faster than Vista.
I didn't say that. The Wall Street Journal said that.
Well, let's wait for the call.
After further review, the ruling stands Leopard is better and faster than Vista.
What? That's a ridiculous call. What are you, blind? What's the matter with you?
You're ejected.
Ejected? You can't eject me. Where am I supposed to go?
Yes, you can. Alright, so you can't eject me. Like, I get that, and that's so funny. Like, you can't eject me. But you eject something instead of penalizing or whatever. So that's pretty funny, but obviously this ad hasn't aged too well. This ad has aged both well and not well, because macOS Leopard, whilst it is still overall a better operating system than Windows Vista even to this day, it's still, honestly, nowadays, obviously macOS Leopard and Windows Vista are both outdated operating systems, and so, however, I can't agree that macOS Ventura is miles better than Windows 11, even though macOS Ventura isn't even that great of an upgrade. So let's go on to the next scene. Let's go on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
What's with all of the U's?
Oh, yeah, this is my new backup feature, Time Machine.
Oh.
It automatically makes copies of me every hour. So if I accidentally delete a file, I can always find it. Exactly. Plus, it's part of Leopard, so it comes on every Mac.
I have to say, Mac, that's pretty awesome.
Thanks, PC. Yeah, thanks, PC. Oh, thanks, PC. Thanks, PC. Yeah, thanks, PC.
Okay,
Yeah, thanks,
you're
PC.
welcome, all of you. You don't have to go down the whole line.
This ad still remains true to this day. This ad still holds up very well to this day because the Get a Mac, because what am I trying to say? macOS still has Time Machine to this day. In fact, if I switch back to my computer, as you can tell if you go into the macOS apps, wherever it is, yeah, Time Machine's right here, which is a super handy tool. I don't use it personally because I don't bother to, and I don't have a separate drive or whatever, but Time Machine is still a very convenient feature on macOS, at least from what I've heard, and Windows doesn't have anything like that. So, yeah, this ad still holds up very well. Now let's go on to the next ad.
So, PC, these issues are not your fault.
Not my fault.
Of course not, pal.
Unlike Mac, whose operating system and hardware are all made by the same people, your stuff comes from a bunch of different places.
Can't be blamed for that. How could you?
Under those circumstances, who could expect everything to work together the way they should?
Oh,
So it's not my fault.
exactly.
It's not my fault.
Okay, go with that.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's Mac's fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
It's Mac's fault. What a...
Okay, first of all, it's not a PC's fault. First of all, the reason why PCs are so bad most of the time is not necessarily due to the manufacturer's fault, but rather due to Microsoft's fault, but I mean, PCs do come from so many different companies and whatnot that just the integration overall just isn't as streamlined with Apple Macs, whereas everything comes with one company, which is part of the reason why Apple failed to license macOS to other Mac manufacturers back in the late 90s, which, yes, is something that they actually did. Now let's go on to the next ad. No, not full screen.
Rude.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. There you are, Mac.
Oh, thanks, PC.
Microsoft Office 2008 just came out for Mac, so you're going to be doing a lot more work. I figured you'd need one of those babies.
Great. What is it exactly?
It's a stress toy. Never seen a stress toy? Just give it a squeeze when something stresses you out. Like,
Right.
oh, Mac just got the latest version of Microsoft Office. Well, Mac can do all the Office stuff
That's
you can
Microsoft's
PC, this is a
fault.
good thing. You should have really...
do. You and Mac are so compatible. I want to transfer all my files over to Mac. Just give it a squeeze. Oh.
Again, this ad proves the same point that ad proves the same point that I've mentioned in my previous videos, which is that, Mac videos, which is that my Macs can do work stuff and creative stuff, while PCs can really only just do work stuff most of the time. And gaming, but I mean, gaming is honestly just a waste of time. So, yeah, let's go on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
Breathe out and expel all that bad Vista energy.
PC?
Oh, hey, Mac, it's a bit of a stressful year with Vista, so I'm just trying to relax.
Right, good for you.
Forget that Vista still doesn't work right. Forget that it's caused so many problems. Forget that you could have switched to Mac, but instead you stuck with PC and now your yoga studio billing is completely screwed up.
Maybe I should try Pilates.
I don't think the PC should try Pilates because due to Windows, Microsoft, the Pilates Studios billing is probably completely screwed up too. But that does prove a point. But that still does prove a very valid point in Apple, with Macs and PCs to this day, because Macs do not. Because what am I trying to say? Windows is just such a bad operating system, and it is really, and it's messing with people who actually have work to do, and yet Microsoft's just playing a game and not even working on Windows. Like, what on earth, Microsoft? Do you seriously think that Windows is fine when it isn't, especially when you consider its origins that was based off of Microsoft DOS, a CPM clone, which eventually became DOS, which then became Windows. So, and as we all know, knockoffs are not very good. So, let's go on to the next ad now. That's enough rambling.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
Hello, I'm a PC, and
Oh,
I'm living with Vista.
man.
Hi, PC. I'm so proud of you for doing this, pal. This is great.
Thank you.
One day at a time, buddy.
Yeah, you've taken the biggest step, and that's
That's
accepting that our operating system isn't working like it should.
I just wish they would resolve these problems and issues once and for all.
I wish I could tell you it's going to get easier. Well, I'm pleased to say I've been error-free for nearly a week.
Way to go.
Well, I'm pleased to say I've been error-free for nearly a week.
No, he hasn't.
Well, I'm pleased to say I've been error-free for nearly
So
a
hard
week.
to watch.
Can someone restart him,
Well, I'm
please?
pleased to say I've been error-free for nearly a week.
This proves a very valid point about Windows, which is that it just doesn't work. Windows just doesn't work that well. But it's funny to see, it's like an intervention, with drug addiction. But they're having to live with Windows Vista instead. So they're all coming together to discuss that it's not working as it should. But to be fair, if PCs could actually do that, wouldn't they have to do that for every version of Windows? Just saying. Let's go to the next ad now.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC!
What's with the pep rally?
Well, you're selling in record numbers, more popular than ever with students, but what are we gonna do? Fight! You have that built-in eyesight camera and that super stable operating system. You run Microsoft Office so well. Maybe that's why you're the #1 notebook on college campuses.
Oh no.
No, you're supposed to be cheering for me.
PC's
they're supposed to. Like, real cheerleaders don't actually do that, but that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny how they're fighting, but Mac's still number one. Like, sounds like the cheerleaders weren't instructed very well, as usually cheerleaders have to root for sports teams even when they are bad. You know the other team is going to be way better. So, yeah, however, it still has prove my opinion, which is that Mac is number one, that PC is number two. Feel welcome to disagree with me, but but yeah, let's go on to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Mac, my users are leaving me, and it's got me feeling down. But I've turned my pain into a tune, and I call it the Vista Blues.
I would love to hear that sometime. Unfortunately, I have to.
So many users leaving me, and they ain't coming back. Vista's got issues. It's so glitchy. They're leaving me for Mac.
That's great, actually.
Problems too darn many. Patches not enough. Expensive upgrades, well, I need plenty just to get me up to snuff.
Awesome.
People hate it when I crash and freeze. Vista's got me out of sorts. I'm often sick to some degree and on hold with tech support. After a year of fixes, I'm still blue. The problems, they repeat. Now there's only one thing left to do. Control, Alt, Delete.
Nice touch. Is that your dog?
No.
That is a nice touch, I will admit, having the dog in there. But yeah, that just goes to show you how Microsoft still refuses to fix Windows. And yes, that has my cat Orangey meowing in the background, who's right beside me, but you just can't see him. So yeah, the Vista Blues, I get it. Like, Windows still, nowadays with Windows 10, 11, even 10, they could still sing the Windows 11 blues. Like, even I'm not the biggest, I don't listen to blues music. I don't really listen to blues music, but I have to admit that song was actually pretty good, and it was a very creative ad, especially with the dog. That was a very, very nice touch. So let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC, here with good news for anyone who's ever been frustrated by Vista.
Oh, you're fixing the problem.
No, I'm making them easier to live with my new line of calming teas. There's Crashy Time Chamomile, just the thing to soothe the nerves after a Vista-related crash. Or if Vista's making your applications run slow, there's Pomegranate Patience. Now, mornings are raspberry restart time for
That's
me.
great, PC.
Also afternoons, but
We should move on.
yes, let's move on, Mac, to my line of Vista stress-relieving bath salts.
Okay, this ad kind of reminds me of how people generally like to live with Windows. Like, they just assume that computers crash a lot and they just live with it, when in reality most people don't actually know much better. So that's kind of sad. It's kind of like another real life scenario I can relate this to is giving people pills to help fix something, like fix a lot of problems that are caused by a bad diet, for example, rather than just eating a healthy diet. Kind of reminds me of that. Right, Bezos? Yes, let's go on to the next ad now and hope that Bezos doesn't get all over my equipment.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
And I'm a Mac genius, and I'm here to announce that it's easier than ever to switch to a Mac.
Easier? What's she talking?
Oh, see, PC, when you buy a Mac at the Apple Store, Mac Genius will transfer your files from your old PC to your new Mac for free.
We do all the work.
Oh, no. My frustrated users don't need to hear about that. You see, fear of switching is the foundation of customer loyalty for PCs. So, we'll just shut this down.
What are you doing, PC?
Going off the air.
Okay, this ad is pretty fun. That ad was pretty funny, even though the Mac geniuses, I'm sure they probably still do offer people the opportunities to switch from PCs to Macs, even though not as many people are even though they primarily focus on switching from Android user over to iOS. I'm sure they probably still do that too, though. The Genius Bar, again, this ad is just not that relevant because the Genius Bar is more like the Idiot Bar. So yeah, let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm
Oh,
pizza.
this is
Okay, what are you doing in a pizza box?
I'm trying to catch college students. You're the #1 notebook on college campuses. So when they come around looking for you, they'll see the free pizza, and then I'll get them.
Whatever happened to people just choosing their computer?
That's the problem. They're choosing you. They love Leopard, your built-in eyesight camera, the fact that you run Microsoft Office.
Okay, well, good luck.
Come eat me. I'm a delicious pizza.
First of all, Microsoft isn't that desperate to get people to buy PCs. Secondly, PCs disguise themselves as a pizza box. Surely they'll get somebody. Though, yeah, that's pretty. But I don't think anybody's gonna go grab a pizza box if it says I'm a delicious pizza, eat me. Like, I don't think pizzas can talk, though. The more confusing part is that at the time you couldn't necessarily really fit a PC in a pizza box, and even now, even though you realistically can, like, there are many people out there that still do choose PCs. So this ad hasn't aged that well, but has aged well to an extent because, I mean, people are starting to get more irritated with their PCs. So yeah, let's go to the next ad and try to keep BZ away from my equipment, and to stop biting my finger.
Hello, I'm a Mac. And I'm a PC.
What's this?
Well, you know, Vista's something of a hassle, but switching computers is an even bigger hassle. So even though you might have a better operating system, I'm not worried about losing any of my subjects to you. I'm still the king.
Well, actually, all your subjects have to do is bring their PC into an Apple store when they get a new Mac, and then Mac Genius will just transfer their files over for free.
Really?
Yeah, it makes switching kind of easy.
I banish you. You are banished.
I mean, it's still very easy to switch to a Mac even to this day, because you can back up all your files to iCloud, then switch over to a Mac on your PC, and then switch over to a Mac via iCloud's website or the app. Though, I mean, people don't even stay loyal to kings oftentimes in countries. For example, the American Revolution, where we did not stay loyal to King George III, or the French Revolution, where the French people did not stay loyal to their king and queen. Like, people don't even stay loyal to real kings, so of course they're not gonna be loyal to a crappy version of Windows, especially when Windows doesn't even function correctly, whereas a king does function correctly to get his job done, or he does work correctly. So yeah. This ad still holds up pretty well to this day, I would say. So let's go to the next ad, because I know this video is very long.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Baked good, Mac.
They look delicious. Yeah, what's the occasion?
I'm trying to raise money to finally fix Vista.
Why are you doing it yourself?
Well, marketing guys decided to run a big, expensive ad campaign rather than use that money to fix Vista. Since my problems don't seem to be a priority to them, Taking matters into my own hands? A bake sale.
It's a good idea. I'd love to help you out. I'll take a cupcake, buddy.
There you go.
Nice. How much is this going to be?
Have a bite. $10 million. Now you have to pay me because you had a bite.
First of all, that's price gouging. The PC can be sent to jail for that, as inflation, even today, inflation is not that bad. And secondly, PCs do still, Microsoft to this day, this is at the time when Microsoft released their I'm a PC ads, which they had a John Hodgman lookalike, and John Hodgman is the guy who plays the PC in these ads to advertise why PCs are better. But this really just goes to show how Microsoft, I think Microsoft still holds a lot of revenge on Apple, still holds a lot of hate for Apple for this ad campaign to this day, because they still, up until 2021, I believe, and even a little bit before that, they still were making a bunch of ads comparing their products to Apple products. And even still to this day, Microsoft advertises so much more than Apple, so yeah, just goes to show you Microsoft's ad strategy. So that works very well. That ad is held up very, very well, I will say. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Advertising, advertising, advertising. Fix Vista. Advertising, advertising, advertising.
PC?
Fix Vista. Oh, I'm just doing a little budgeting, Mac. You know, with all the Vista problems that have been frustrating PC users, I have to take drastic action.
By investing in advertising.
Yes, advertising, and I'm also putting something toward resolving Vista's problems.
But do you really think that amount of money is going to help fix Vista?
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
We'll just put it all on advertising.
Yep, that's pretty much Microsoft's ad strategy. I already explained this with the previous ad, so I'm not going to explain it again. Let's just go to the next ad, since I know this video is already really long.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
What you got there, PC?
Oh, just something I'm trying out. See, we're officially going to stop referring to my operating system by name.
You mean Vista?
Sorry, I didn't hear you there. What'd you say?
Vista?
See, we don't say the V word anymore. Doesn't sit well with frustrated PC users. From now on, we're going to use a word with a lot less baggage. Windows.
Yeah, but Windows is PC. Don't you think people are going to see through that? Not saying the word Vista is not the same as fixing Vista problems. Vista.
Yeah, it kind of shows how this ad does admittedly show Microsoft's strategy, because it's like they want people to forget that Windows Vista ever was even an operating system now with Windows 11 being out, because so they want you to make it seem like it's just a one-time thing, when we all know, if you've been using Windows for any decent amount of time, you all know it's all versions of Windows, even the best ones like XP 7 and 10, or at least what people consider good, even they still have too many problems to count. So yeah, let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Mac, do you know why I love this time of year?
Because it's the season for peace on Earth?
No, it's because we get to be animated. And that means we can do anything. For instance, I can float up in the air. I can build things in fast motion.
Wow.
Yeah, I can even talk to animals. Hey, happy holidays, little bunny. Where are you headed?
I'm going to the Apple Store for some last-minute gifts.
Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. How did that happen? Clumsy me.
It's because he meant. It's because we all know that the PC. It's because we all know that the PC was. It's because we all know that the PC got mad when the Apple Rabbit was heading to the Apple Store for some last-minute gifts. Though this ad is really creative because it takes advantage of the fact that it's animated and gives back to the success of the previous Christmas ad, which is also animated. So I'm gonna go check really quickly to make sure that there's no more ads for 08.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
Okay, there's another one.
I'm a PC.
Isn't this fun, PC? I sure am glad we decided to take a break from our little disagreements and just do something fun together, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't say this enough, but I'm really glad we're friends.
Right. No, right, of course. Right back at you there.
All right, old buddy, let's see those lights.
You know what? No, let's not. We don't want to take away from this beautiful
Come
tree.
on, you put in all that
Sounds
work.
suspicious.
Come on, let's see it.
Microsoft
Okay.
does it.
I'm sorry about that. Just sort of happened.
The Mac should have expected that, though. Yeah, that is. Oh, yeah, the PC. That's pretty funny. You'd think that Mac and PC are friends when they are not really. I mean, I know Bill Gates promoted the Macintosh. That was before Windows came out. So, yeah, that overall explains kind of how today. This ad doesn't really have much to do with relevance today, but it does show how Microsoft still likes to hide a lot of things sometimes. Hide a lot, so I think so. Let me check. Okay, this is the end of part 3 out of 4 of my Mac ad reaction series. I hope you all enjoy this reaction. As always, I'm the iTunes family, and peace out.